But that's also going back to your morals. Do you want to have
Do morals matter? Do I have a corporate social responsibility
No,
to...
you don't. But in the short run, you might go for the money, but in the long run, you have lost many customers that that have subscribed to your product.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if we are purchasing from what you have tested, because we have subscribed to you. Now we trust that you have tested it and you are now authentically saying, oh, this product is legit for us to consume. Now, if we use it and then later on we are now telling you, oh, this product
My
that you
skin,
exactly my skin is
is
not
burning out.
exactly it's burning out,
Yeah.
and now you are saying that no, I'm just an influencer, I was just given a script. Now that is also going to make you lose a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know ethically you're not bound, criminally you're not bound, but
Yeah.
in the long run you will lose more than you have gained.
So you have to think long run wise.
Yes.
Now, how does that separate a digital marketer, I think, from a content creator? I think to narrow down your question, I think for me also, a content creator, you focus on the content. And then a digital marketer, you focus on the results.
Yes. Those people are getting free packages because they are being influencers that are influencing those brands. They're making them reach a certain target. But if you yourself are going to buy it from them, you will not be receiving a free package. You will pay it in full.
By the way, maybe they stay misleading us.
Exactly.
Whole time they're using it as a PR stunt.
No, it's freer
Yeah.
for them
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, the brands are gaining from them. Effie, why does it feel like everyone on the internet is making money except for me and my friends?
What makes you think? What makes you think we're not in the same boat? But before we delve into today's discussion on digital marketing, is it an opportunity or is it just online noise? Joining me today in the studio is the one and only Miss Ingabire Joan, and myself, per usual, Epi Monyana. So to go back to your question, first of all, we're in the same boat, we're in the same predicament, but I think usually why you think people online are making money and not you guys is because, first of all, we are seeing the outcomes and not the processes. So when you see, who's your favorite influencer, by the way? Let's take an example of Diana in Nigeria. So when you see them getting the brand deals, them getting the PR trips, them having these aesthetic offices, it's kind of, you also don't see the months where they had the low engagement, because how did they get from 1 follower to 1 million followers? You know, so social media is kind of like you see the results and not the repetition. And by the way, just because something looks like it's generating income doesn't mean it is. Sometimes it's just performance, you know. So visibility, I think visibility and also generating revenue are not the same thing. So I think that's the first reality check we usually have to have. But also on that topic, Joanne, what do you think, what does digital marketing really mean to you? Is it just posting and hoping for the best, or there is a technical aspect to it?
Some people can be posting and hoping for the best, but that would not be defined as digital marketing. Digital marketing would be defined as putting something or posting on the internet and hoping that a certain number or a certain target of people will see what you're posting. Be it you're posting about a certain product that you want them to consume. You make them understand it, you make them like it, and then at the end of the day, they also buy it. And it can also be, the other aspect would be, other people would use it, like the police would use it for sensitizing about a certain issue or spreading information about a certain issue or raising even awareness about a certain issue. So digital marketing is not only, it goes beyond posting and hoping that, everything will be all right.
Yeah.
It goes beyond that. You have to have a certain expectation, a certain outcome that you want at the end of the day. Yes. So, but I'm also of the background that I also talked about posting, and you also mentioned it. But if are you saying that now if somebody is posting consistently on social media, they that automatically makes them a digital marketer, or like there is certain
Yeah.
differences to it?
Yeah, that's actually a very good question. But I don't think consistency is good. I think consistency is a key aspect in trying to be successful in area of life. But I think it as a standalone part is not enough because first of all, you have to ask yourself like why am I posting this? Is it just a TikTok sound I saw and I'm like, oh, it would be fun if my friends saw me doing this, you know? So and then after you ask yourself, why am I doing this? You ask yourself, what's my target audience? You know, is it girls like me? Is it firstborn daughters? You know, and then after you ask yourself that, you also ask yourself another question, I think, which is the most important one: what action do I want my viewers to take after they see this? Do I want them to buy a certain product? Do I want them to know that, oh, I offer legal services and this or this. Oh, I'm also very funny and oh, look at me, I live my life on the edge.
Yeah.
So I think after you do that, after you ask yourself those questions, I think they also compound to you understanding a goal and having a measurable outcome. Because when you do have those, when you don't have those, you're just creating content and not building systems. And in the long run, systems is what generates revenue in the long run, you know. So actually, on that, I think also a good question, a reflection we can have is now how does that separate a digital marketer, I think, from a content creator? I think to narrow down your question, I think for me also, a content creator, you focus on the content. And then a digital marketer, you focus on the results.
Yes.
So in the long run, if you focus on the content, you're just like, oh, can I go viral?
There's no
But
expectations.
expectations, pretty much so. So, and then when you focus on the results, I think there are key elements you can look at that I like to call the rack. So you look at the retention aspect of it, you look at the audience behavior, you look at the conversion rates, and then you look at also like when they click. For example, let's put it into practical terms. When you post something on TikTok, there's I think a share button. By the way, I've seen these videos where they literally lure us. They're like, if you really liked this video, share it with the first person. Tell us who
Exactly.
is it. If not, you're eliminated from this. And I think it's actually very creative ways. So if you understand the
kind of
science
audience, yes.
and the systems behind these things, I think then you can start generating money for you and your girls.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the best way I understand it. Actually, to piggyback on my answer, let me ask you something. Do you think digital marketing is a stable source of income, or it's just like a other side hustle? And I think because it's unpredictable, I think most people can see it as a high side hustle. So do you think it's something you can say, Joanne, okay, now I'm gonna specialize in digital marketing? Is that a thing?
Well, if you're saying it personally,
Yeah.
for me, first of all, it's a thing.
Yeah.
But as a startup, I wouldn't advise that it be the sole focus. It might be a side hustle for you so that you can gather all the skills that you want for digital marketing. But it can be a side hustle which can also shift to the main focus because it is very big. It's a big business and it has growth opportunities that today, when you have a certain percentage of how you started, it might not be the same tomorrow. So I feel like it's a side hustle for now as a startup, but as it grows, it can be shifted to the main focus.
Actually, you make me think of something because simultaneously, when I think of digital marketing, the first thing also sometimes that comes to mind is online selling. Do you think those two are the same things?
As we said, it has to digital marketing. It needs a strategy.
Yeah.
It needs somebody that has skills they're building on
Yeah,
that.
not trends.
Exactly. Online selling is just I am coming there for the sole purpose would be I want money, and maybe I am
Sell a product.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm advertising for something.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, oh, I have a strategy I'm using so that I can get a certain audience.
Long run.
Exactly. Instead of such a short run kind of thing going on. But I'm also of the thought that young people now interested in learning this digital marketing, or is it just chasing trends, chasing what is on there and then doing it as a challenge, or can it be used by them to actually gain opportunities?
Oh, that's a very good question. Yeah, I feel like some young people are using it for business and others are using it for aesthetics. Now, I don't want to snitch on myself and say where I lie, but both can be okay because at the end of the day, it's that serious, but is it really that serious? You know? And I think what separates someone who's building a business to that who is kind of in the aesthetic side of it. For example, let me say I'm on the aesthetic side of it, or unfortunately or fortunately. So I'm going to focus on how many followers do I have? Oh my God, what's my engagement?
Yes.
Is a friend of mine like reposting, you know? And then it's like the attention also I receive from this. Trust me, when I see those hearts on my story, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm doing something with my life.
Yes.
But when we look at it from a business aspect of it, I think it's something I said before. You look at it from, is it generating revenue for me? Revenue can also be revenue. It's okay. If I'm working a 9 to 5, then that's my salary. So it's like, can I afford to take care of my basic needs from the content I'm making? Am I in the long run getting brand deals? You know, so and then am I getting customers? You know, so I think you have to look at now the clear value of it all. Am I there just for the vibes, or am I there for the money? So I think those are important questions. You know, you need to ask yourself. And once you figure that out, then you know where you lie. And I think also one thing, Joanne, sorry, I keep referring to this, but as I said, most people's understanding of digital marketing is like online selling. What do you think of the culture of what I ordered versus
What I got.
versus what I got? And after you tell us that, also kindly tell us like now as a consumer, of course you if you're not on the selling end, you're on the buying end,
Yes.
right? When you go to buy, for example, you look very beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Now let's take an example of that coat. Did you buy it from a shop you saw online, or you just went to, let's say, Chic, and you're like, hopefully I find a shop that is selling blazers?
Honestly speaking, the online marketing is very, very beautiful, and honestly, it
Beautiful
attracts.
is crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You would see something they're selling as you started by saying what you ordered was what you got. So sometimes you also have to be very careful. It's beautiful what they are showing. It's very aesthetic. It's very
Edited.
Exactly.
Edited to look good.
Yeah. So by the time you receive it, it's more or less not the exact same quality or beautiful thing that you saw or wanted. So it's hard. But for me, I also go online, of course. I also look at the clothing they're also posting, some people, but more or less I'm more focused on actually the people that have a personal experience or the reviews that I'm
reviews
getting.
you get, yeah.
Because those reviews actually are the ones that are making it more, would I say, more authentic.
More authentic.
And
That's a
more
good one.
exactly more authentic for me to actually go purchase those clothes or invest in them, instead of just following up and be like, oh no, I'm just going willy whirly and buying things without actually knowing that, oh, this is something that has been used by others and the quality is good. But then my also understanding is, I'm going to ask you some question why I'm also thinking of that. Is it that when you also buy,
Yeah.
do you buy in the sense that I saw things online, now I'm buying it? Or like, do you have a personal experience that you have to have from that
Yeah.
instead of chasing all these influencers
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
are giving
Being
you
influenced by
exactly.
everything. That's a good one. But honestly, my brother likes to make fun of me. He's like, "You're such a consumer." You know, like, and I keep telling people I'm so susceptible to consumerism. Like me, I don't even need to. And I think that's one thing the algorithm or the people that do marketing have learned about people. You know, sometimes have you ever found yourself in a situation where you buy something, you don't even need it?
Exactly.
But it's well marketed. For example, we can take an example of the Stanley. Trust me, I fell victim for the Stanley.
Yes.
I purchased like 2 of them. So there's that, usually sometimes when something is marketed properly,
Yes.
trust me, I'll be like, I might need it in 2 months.
Yeah,
And I think it's also a dangerous precedent to set for yourself as a young person, because I think when you consume everything that is
you're seeing.
then it's like you're falling for everything. I don't even think you have anything left to save, you know?
At the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah, and so I think I've fallen victim, honestly. Their products I've bought and I really loved, but actually, which makes me question, there was something I was seeing online recently where a company reached out to 2 influencers, and they gave one because I wanted you to put yourself in the position of an influencer. I'm trying to garner the ethical aspect of it, and then they told them to sell 2 things, because I think we've seen we've seen it in the content world where when you're building your brand, of course, it's built on authenticity. So there's people that follow you. They're like, oh, if Joan is word of mouth, you know, they're okay, not word of mouth, but like word of mouth on the internet. Yeah. So you're like, if Joan is purchasing this, then this must be good. So then, of course, brands are going to use that as a basis. So they are going to sell things. Now, of course, we've seen it's not a 9 to 5. You don't have a salary.
Yes.
I think you're going to have months where you're generating income and some where you're not. How do you know? Okay, so the case at hand was this company reaches out to 2 influencers. I think they both had the same following, and they're like, they give you a script. Apparently these days they give you a script you're supposed to follow. You don't, because most people, when they review products, they've tested them.
Yes.
So sometimes these companies are just like, no, we're just going to give you money. You're going to say, yes, I used it last night and it was the best. How do you balance that with, like, what if ethically it's not your thing, but I mean, you need money at the end of the day.
Yes.
And you have followers who trust everything that comes out of your mouth, because followers have a lot of power these days. How do you navigate that? You don't stand for something, but you need the money at the end of the day.
But that's also going back to your morals. Do you want to have
Do morals matter? Do I have a corporate social responsibility?
No, you don't. But in the short run, you might go for the money, but in the long run, you have lost many customers that that have subscribed to your product.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if we are purchasing from what you have tested, because we trust, we have subscribed to you. Now we trust that you have tested it and you're now authentically saying, oh, this product is legit for us to consume. Now, if we use it and then later on we are now telling you, oh, this product,
my skin,
exactly, my skin is not
burning out.
Exactly, it's burning out.
Yeah.
And now you are saying that, no, I'm just an influencer. I was just given a script. Now that is also going to make you lose a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know ethically you're not bound, criminally you're not bound, but in the long run, you will lose more than you have gained.
So you have to think long run wise.
Yes.
Okay.
But that also is
easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, honestly.
Because imagine they're giving you 5M and they're like, listen, just say you use this spray on your face and you're glowing.
Yes.
Honestly, it's really hard too.
It's hard because that's money. Because if the main target is I am making money off of this social media, I'm doing digital marketing, I'm investing in myself, then I have to have what is brought back to me. So, Epi, I wanted to ask something that is related to digital marketing. It has an aspect to it which is called affiliate marketing. I wanted to understand what it means and how does it differ from influencing.
So affiliate marketing is when you earn commission. For example, okay, let me give you a practical example is you have your TikTok, and you seen those influencers where they're like, oh, buy from my storefront, check on my link above,
yes.
So you earn through a commission. Whereas when you're an influencer, usually you're paid up front. This one is based on results. If Joanne is going to use my code, have you seen on like Opoly? Do you shop from Opoly, by the way?
Yes.
Opoly is above my tax bracket.
Yeah.
But so you see, use Joanne to get like 20% off. So when someone uses, they're paid off. Pretty much you're paid off commission while
Yes.
the other person is paid upfront. But actually, before we even get into the technicality aspect of it, Joanne, how much of digital success do you think is from skills versus algorithm luck? Because let me tell you, the things I've consumed on my FYP, or the products I bought, or the services I've asked for, I usually curated that. I'm like, oh, they have a service on this and this and this. I've never looked into, is this person qualified enough to tell me about this legal service? How much do you think depends on skill, or you just popped up on Joanne's algorithm, FYP basically.
The pop up, as you said, will be luck. But what would keep you relevant in order to continue to provide those legal fee services, as you're saying? That would be skills. At the end of the day, you will need something more than just luck. I popped up here. Or
speaking of ads, I'm so tired of ads. But continue.
They are relevant because at the end of the day, that's where even.
But I don't want them.
You don't want them, but the person that has put that content wants them so that they can gain from it.
People literally pay to have apps that don't have those ads. Like, it feels like they're suffocating us. Sometimes they even send me ads of like fiction of what's that app we used to read from as kids? What's it called?
Kindle?
Wattpad.
Yes.
I don't need to know. I don't need to know what the alpha male did. But anyways, yeah.
But that's the thing, as even from what recently was brought up in the Mushichirano, the content creator Bruce Melody, yes. You have to, at the end of the day, they are putting so much and effort, money, resources, time into creating content for people to consume. But at the end of the day, if those ads are not there, they're also not getting as much output as they would have liked, because
but that's not my business, Joanne.
It is your business, because you are now wanting to consume their content.
I'm not consuming. Remember, these are ads I did not ask for. I'm scrolling on Joanne's story. I want to see her beautiful outfit. Next thing I know, they're bombarding me. Go, more cash. Did you know there's a promotion? I don't need,
You don't need that. Then you
the
pay.
ad culture.
Then you pay for those ads to be not portrayed before you. At the end of the day, if you don't want them, then pay for the premium.
Social media is free.
The social media is free, but the premium is not, which means no ads.
You know what? We'll slip here if we
start
talking about the ad culture.
But at the end of the day, it is what is. If we were also invested into digital marketing, I am sure you wouldn't be saying ads are the problem. You would be saying they're the solution to what I am creating, because they are also generating more income for me.
Yeah.
So,
and actually to speak on that, I feel like a lot of people, a lot of young people today are looking into like digital ways of employment. Now, I think when they get there, do you think there's like is there a pressure for them to stay visible, and how does that affect like their mental health? Okay, let's take an example of influencers that have made it in that aspect.
Yes.
Do you think there is that pressure to stay relevant, I guess? I don't even know.
Yes, there is pressure at the end of the day, because you have the pressure from newcomers. You have the pressure that at the end of the day, they are the ones that...
Newcomers is crazy.
Exactly, because if you are the old-timer, nobody wants to see you. Now, if you don't create something that can keep you relevant on that platform, the people that are coming up are the ones that are going to be taking over your audience. But if you still want to be relevant, of course, there is that pressure of, I have to create... new content. I have to bring new audiences. I have to look for
Burnout.
Exactly. And that also, of course, puts a lot of pressure on your mental health. You get depressed. You are now thinking of different ways to actually make money. But if it is not working, because this journey, honestly, is not abracadabra that you are there immediately. It's a long process that you have to be patient at times and be determined and be consistent, and as we have said. But if we are also having a target of people that immediately you want success, you want to succeed, of course the pressure would be there for you to be depressed and have mental health issues.
Actually, yeah, that's a very good one. I think you looked at it from the influencer point of view. Now, what of the consumer? Because, of course, now you're seeing these girls are getting the brand deals there, and then you're like, sometimes they get the brand deals because of the lifestyle they've already portrayed. Now, you find a young, impressionable 19-year-old girl. She's like, oh my God, I also need I need an ad with them, like, all these things. And then you find that they're chasing, because I feel like also influencers create kind of a mirage. I don't know if that's the right word for it, but it's like a lifestyle for themselves. And then you find people are consuming this content. They're like, I want to get there. What do you think about that?
Of course, there is pressure at the end of the day. You also talked about it, that you bought Stanley on pressure.
It wasn't pressure, really.
It was pressure.
It was
because
like,
if you see
I
an
want to
ad,
be like Joan.
Exactly.
I want to be like
You
Joan.
just said it. You
Yeah.
want to be like me. So
Yeah.
an influencer has had a Stanley. So you are like, oh my God, I also need one. Not in the
Yeah.
sense that you also need it at the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes, honestly, at least you bought it because you had the income to buy
Yeah.
it. But what about the other person that is actually seeing this person influence, that they have PR packages of Gucci that is being brought to them? At the end of the day, those people are getting free packages because they are being influencers that are influencing those brands. They're making them reach a certain target. But if you yourself are going to buy it from them, you will not be receiving a free package. You will pay it in full.
By the way, maybe they still misleading us.
Exactly.
Whole time they're using it as a PR stunt.
No, it's free
Yeah.
for them,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, the brands are gaining from them. Because if you are giving me a package, of course I'm going to show it to my audience that,
Like, oh my God,
yes,
look at me.
exactly, this is
I have,
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, a consumer that is looking at my content, they will not receive the same, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, they have to get some money from those consumers.
So what's your advice to an impressionable 18-year-old AP?
I would be like, take your time, honestly. I know it's easier said than done, because I see that bag and I want it, and I see
Yeah.
that water bottle, I want to drink from it.
There's
But-
more that that meets
exactly.
the eye. Yeah.
There is more than meets the eye. Sometimes, honestly, these things exactly.
Yeah.
There is more than meets the eye. Sometimes these things are even not a fake, if I may say so.
Yeah.
There is falseness behind it, really, because you are getting paid, you are the one paying in full, but they're not paying in full. So actually, I'm also going to ask you the same question, because I'm like, you have this 18-year-old you that, yeah, I'm pretty sure there are some ads that you were seeing, or some influencers online that you were
Consumer,
seeing.
I mean. I am a
Exactly.
consumer.
So did you buy things, or like did you get things that you wouldn't have gotten, or things that were,
Yeah.
what I got is not what I received, what I ordered is not what I received?
First of all, don't fall into the trap. And I think we've seen that you are what you consume. Now, that dates back to what type of content you're looking out for in your algorithm. So I think one thing I've learned in the long run is I curate. You can create your own algorithm and what you want to see on, for example, your FYP page, your Twitter for you. So I think it's more of like understanding your financial situation. Your journey is not my journey.
Exactly.
That is someone's work, and they're doing their work, and versus me consuming things online. So I think something I've learned in the long run is mind what's mine, and basically I've learned how to create my algorithm to my needs. Now my needs are, at the risk of sounding as a pick me, my needs now are like the movies I want to watch,
Yeah.
the books I want to read. It's no longer, oh, I bought a Gucci bag, I bought an Hermes bag. No, no, no. That's no longer my type of content.
So, Epi, as we continue to talk about digital marketing
Yeah.
and how it is very different from what the content creators are creating, how we post, how it is benefiting us, the youth. Should it be integrated into our education systems?
Not as a viral thing, but I think it should be, because I think digital spaces are now the new economic, I think, spaces now. But we shouldn't integrate it in the way of, oh, how do you make a trend? How do you go viral? No, no, I think it should be in the aspect of digital literacy, ethical communication, online business strategies, data awareness, things like that, but not how to go viral in 30 seconds.
That would not be
Yeah.
the focus, yeah.
Actually, that makes me think, do you think it will even be 5 years from now? Do you think something like this will matter?
It will. It will. The platforms may change,
Yeah.
and we have different social medias also coming up, but the principles will still be there,
Yeah.
and we still have people that will gather around and
AI.
watch. Exactly, we will still have people that will be gathering,
Yeah.
consume that content, and we will still have people also creating that kind of
Yeah.
content. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, people have to consume. Someone
Yes.
has to sell.
Exactly. So it's a vicious cycle. It's an economic chain that will never stop working and
Yeah.
stopping. Yeah. So I'm also going to ask you a question. So if everyone is marketing online, then who is buying?
Who is buying?
Yeah.
I think the people solving real problems are actually also buying from the
Right.
problem
Yeah.
solvers.
Yeah.
So as you said, it's like a vicious
Yeah.
cycle. You can be a seller in one aspect,
Yeah.
but you'll also be a consumer in the other one.
Yes.
So it's a never ending kind of sort of chain.
Yes.
I think also to wrap up today's episode, I think I think we have to end on kind of an informative note. Do you think digital marketing is the future, or it's just some noise here and there, but it's not relevant to me? Let me keep doing what I want to do.
I don't think it's noise. Yeah. It's something that, of course, if you are going to venture into creating content online and you want a certain result out of it, then definitely you will need digital marketing skills so that you remain relevant and you remain on the platforms that will be there, and you continue also to create income for yourselves. That
Side hustle.
exactly that helps you, the people around you, and even the economy. So is it a whole future? No,
Yeah, part of it.
it is part of it. It
Yeah.
is a strategy. It is a very good strategy and a plan that we can put as a side hustle, but not the main focus of it.
So, to our lovely listeners, I think from today's conversation, we've picked that digital marketing is not how do I go viral, how do I make this trend. It's also not about automatic money. It's more of a strategy, it's a skill, and it's also how to understand basically people. Also, your phone is not just a tool, it's how you use it, with what you have. So instead of chasing your algorithm, aka your FYP, I think we should focus on building things that have value, whether it's online or offline, and things that can even matter in the long run, 5 years from now. Thank you so much for joining in on the conversation. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and please send this link to the group chat. Join in on the next conversation. This is Igitekerezo podcast, where youth turn conversation into civic action. From studios to your communities to the policies that shape our future. We break down complex topics and open dialogues that inform, reflect, and influence decisions. Igitekerezo podcast, voices into action, ideas into change.